It is March 7th, and the March winds are definitely proving themselves. But I just wanted to share a few things with y'all. I've got hostas coming up in my bed right off of the carport. I just cannot express to you how irritated I get with mulch. I could probably put 30 bags in this little bitty bed right here, and it would still not be enough, and the dogs are going to wallow in it and press it into the ground or press it out into the driveway. They're just, This is a hydrangea. This is a garden stake. I don't have a flag on. This is just an area that I've never really planted anything in. I guess I could. I don't know why I haven't. I put down some rubber mulch to kind of keep the weeds down, and you see how well that's worked. The dogs wallow in it. There's a wallowed out spot, and then they've been against the house. So now it's just, I don't know. I haven't got this far yet. This is my little, I find stuff. A lot of people who haven't been here in like years, they'll pull up and they're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know you put a door on the side of your house. Well, I didn't. It's not real. These are moms that I set out after fall, and you can see this one's got some new growth in it. There's a fern right there that's getting started. I've got to finish weeding through here. There's a little hosta that's coming up there, and one right there. This is our washing station, car wash, all that. Another mom, and so my ferns are starting to put out, as you can see, but they have a lot of help. And when I say help, I'm being very sarcastic here. My ferns used to get out to the edge of that wash station. They would grow. They would be so full. I'm going to say the past 3 years, they have not gotten very far than, I'm going to say, maybe right there. And that's probably being generous. I used to have hostas all out on the edge here, and they would cover up the hostas. I had to move the hostas because the hostas weren't getting anything. But this is the south side of our house. It stays very shady. It stays very cool. When it rains, this area kind of stays damp. So I know why the dogs love it. But y'all, they're murdering my ferns. I haven't even been able to weed here because Bear has just planted himself here. Do y'all hear this wind? So I've got hostas coming up there, a little bit there. There's another mom that's not looking too good. So I need something that is, y'all tell me something that works. Please tell me something that works and that's easy to keep the dogs and the cats out of the flower beds. So time to cut the grass. I can put out 200 bags of mulch in this first bed, and they're going to push it all into the rocks, or they're going to push it out into the yard. They're going to dig in it. They're going to lay in it. I need to know how they obey. They mind me. When I tell them to get up, they get up. But when you're at work all day, they can do whatever they want to do. So how can I keep the dogs out of the mulch and away from my ferns? Here's a knockout rose. She started leaning way in the fall, but she's real sturdy, so I'm just gonna let her do whatever she wants to. I've got elephant ears starting to come up here. I don't have any started over here yet. My celadioras have already started filling out. And I know we're still going to have an Easter snap, as they say. And let's see, I had something else to show y'all if I hadn't stepped on it already. Let's see. Get a different viewpoint. I have some gladiolas coming up somewhere. I may have covered them up because I was trying to re-spread the mulch, and you see they've come through here and already trampled it and run all over it, and they're good dogs. But Lord help, I just can't keep nothing nice. I have no idea where. Oh, here they are. They're way up here. Heck, I think those are gladiolas. That's the only bulb I've put out here. I really have no idea. I saw some more on the other end. I had some lantana here that came back last year, and I'm kind of hoping maybe it will again. I don't know what you call this, but I had 2 on this side and a variegated in the middle, and obviously the variegated, it's putting back out, but it did die back during the winter where the solids did not. Oh, this needs so much mulch, and I just put out a ton of it last year. I like pine straw, but I just like a dark mulch better. There's another one. So anyway, I've got so much weeding to do. This is another hydrangea. It is on the west side of the house, so I'm not real sure how it's going to do. But it's behind this crepe myrtle, so I'm hoping by the afternoon sun, maybe that crepe myrtle will help kind of give that some shade. This is a butterfly bush, and I don't know if that's butterfly bush growth coming up or if it's just a weed. I don't know. And these are my blueberry bushes I got yesterday, and I was thinking I would put them here and maybe the wind wouldn't turn them over, but one of them has already turned over. I got powder blue and brightwell. I already have 2 from last year that did not do anything. Like, they're literally like that tall, and I don't know what variety they are, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. I cut back my machanthus grass and my zebra grass. My zebra grass was new last year. See, this is what my family does. Does your family do this? Drag crap out, but don't put it up. Like, we need to pressure wash the tractor. Here we go. Still sitting out. My zebra grass was new last year, so that's why it's not very big. My machanthus grass is several years old, and I really would like to kind of divide it, but it is such a chore. But it's starting to put back out some. So, true story, when Greg and I first got married, we lived in a different location, and my granddaddy was a wonder in the yard. He could grow anything. So he brought me some pampas grass. Well, when we moved out here, I wanted to bring that pampas grass with me. So I dug it up, I worked hard, I did it all by myself. It was big, it was a big pampas grass. And I dug it up, and at the time I was driving a Ford Taurus. The girls were babies, you know. So I put that pampas grass in the trunk of my car. When I got here, we weren't even living in this location. We were in another location before a tornado. Which, God help, I think we're going to have one today. We do have a storm coming in within the next couple of hours, so that's one reason it's so windy. But when I got to unload that pampas grass and dig a hole, y'all, it was full of baby snakes. I had my children in that car. I was like, where is the mama? Has she climbed through the trunk? You know, I never found mother. And I think we disposed of all the baby snakes, but I rode probably 30 miles. So yeah, I had an interruption. 30 miles with those snakes in the back of my car. So that's why I really don't want to divide this machanthus grass, because I don't know what's living in it. So that's just a little brief update as to what's coming up and what I'm working on, and I need help how to keep the dogs out of the ferns and out of the mulched beds. I'm looking for advice. Let me know what you got. And this is pumpkin coming up right off the edge of my patio. But you can see I work pumpkins out here. I dry seeds out here. So you can see why it's coming up. But this is a heavy path. So it ain't gonna make it here. That's fine. We got plenty of time for pumpkins. It's March. It's not your time yet. But I appreciate your effort. I leave it up to the people who are usually on the tractor an opportunity to flip the compost, but you see they haven't. And here's a lot of pumpkin growing in the compost, a whole lot. This does not look like a good compost. I need some good black dirt.